Yo, what's going on, world? And we're back. Another episode of Where's My Anime? This is Anime. Where's My Anime? Episode 13. I'm your boy Jay Sama. This is my boy Dap. We back, man. Another episode. Another good week of anime going on. Yeah, man. Just excited to be here. Shout out to everybody who watched episode 12 last week. Big episode for us. So shout out to everybody watching that. But yeah, man, how's your week? Any episode for sure. We got a catalog now, so you know what I mean.
We do.
Go back and watch that for me. Appreciate you. How's your week, man?
It's another chapter of life, man. We'll just leave it at that, man.
Another chapter of life. Was it busy? Was it slow? Like, what's up?
In terms of anime, man, I think my headline says it best, man. It's that gray area.
That.
And of course, we'll get more into that as we start talking about these animes we're gonna be talking about tonight.
That gray area. Okay. So on this episode, man, we're gonna be talking about the Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world. We're talking about One Punch Man season 2, episode 2, Solo Leveling, season 2, Sakamoto Days, Dragon Ball Dama, and Rurouni Kenshin. I don't know, man. Hey, what you feeling like with this episode, man? You excited for the new episodes that came out already, or what's up?
On what?
Or any of them?
On any of them? I feel like you trying to bait me into talking about a specific one.
Nah, man. I'm just, I'm just asking, dog.
Nah, man, we say that for the specials, man. I'm not about to give no some previews into my judgment and like their reaction.
Nah, all good, man. All good.
It's a gray area, man. It's that gray area.
Hey, so look, on another note, man, who you got winning the Super Bowl coming up?
Kendrick.
Any football team you going for? Who's actually going for it?
Man, I ain't gonna even say I ain't even act like I know or pay attention to all that, man. I might watch the Super Bowl. I'm not a big sports dude.
All right, man.
I play it, but I don't watch it.
Eagles or Chiefs, man.
Eagles or Chiefs. I mean, I'll go with Eagles. I'll go with Eagles.
All right, Eagles, man. All right, good answer. I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I'm gonna go with the Eagles for the Super Bowl, man. I don't know if they're gonna win, but that's what I'm gonna go with. But if you're just tuning in, this is another episode of Where's My Anime. We haven't started yet because, of course, before we always start, what we gotta do, Dap?
We gotta talk about safety before enjoying your weekend. Don't do anything stupid. Don't do anything immoral.
Hey, this ain't a safety briefing, man. Before every episode, that you know what I'm saying, he normally blesses us with like 2 or 4 bars. You got anything today?
I got to do more bars.
Hey, man, this your segment, bro. You might get signed. You might get signed.
Just letting y'all know, AI writes all my raps, so if they sound cheesy, it's not me.
Yeah. Hey, let me turn the beat up. There you go. Hey.
Y'all calling this my redemption arc. Fuck that. Y'all the narcs.
Oh, cold. Hey.
Nah,
that's it. That's it. All right. We're going to turn up real quick. You know we got to start the episode all right. Let's go. Hey, where's that though?
John Travolta.
Where's that anime at though?
I think we're still looking.
All right. All right, we start off with something light. What's up? Oh, hey, what's going on, Black Love by Design? Appreciate you
What's
tuning
going
in
on?
as always. Um, so
Might have to pull you on the show one of these days.
hey, hey, I already put that request in, man. I already put that request in for sure. Have you up here on the panel? You know what I mean? But we're going to get into it. We're going to start off with one of the newer animes that just came out. Um, yeah. I'm pretty sure we're on episode 5. Are we not?
I think it might be four.
All right. Hey, did you mess with the banners when you came on
No, I just got on. Yeah, we on episode four.
episode 4? All right.
You're,
We're gonna go ahead and get into it. That while you lead us off with that. The Red Ranger becomes a adventure in another world, episode 4. How you feeling about it, man?
yeah, man. It's episode four. So for me, this is like episode four for me on starting any anime. That's where I decide if it's gonna be something I would want to continue watching, either because I enjoy it or I might have to pass on it because it's just not hitting that mark. And
Is this
Red
hitting for you?
Rangers, the Red Ranger as an adventure in another world. It gives you uh, an interesting topic to explore that's widely different than anything we've probably seen before in a way. It has some interesting characters, but I feel like what it lacks in good action scenes is trying to make up for it in what we call art style and other playful things like that.
Fan art, fan service a
In a
little
way,
bit.
fan service.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite a good bit. Like this is only episode four, and we just got our hot tub scene. Like
Yeah.
already, I thought that would have been like mid-season type somethings, but it's already here. Granted, it wasn't nothing crazy, but still, nonetheless, we already got it. But for me personally, I feel like the lack of good choreography, fight scenes that could have been something dynamic, we haven't gotten those since episode one. Like
You
it
don't think
was a
so?
little. I don't think so, man. Like we got some interesting stuff now. I'm not gonna say like it was a complete like blowout. Like that whole
Yeah.
thing where Logi and Red was fighting back to back, and like that was like their whole little fighting combo thing. Like that was dope. That was fire. But like that's
That's what I'm
just
saying.
yeah. But sadly, that was just like one thing out of I'll say many, I guess. Like I feel like I just haven't seen enough good fight scenes to be like, yeah, I'm gonna stick around in the stories getting somewhere for me to be able to enjoy it in the long run, or even recommend it in the long run.
So you think that so you think the last episode, man? I mean, all right. So because you got this whole 3 episode rule kind of thing, do you think that 4 episode? All right. So in this fourth episode, you gonna hit it with the yay or nay? Like, are you? Is this an anime you would recommend to somebody else who's an anime watcher?
Yeah, I still would. I still would, and I'll still give him the warnings on why I stopped watching it at episode four. Because I wouldn't be surprised. I guess it's kind of like a studio funding kind of thing. Like maybe we're not seeing those dope fight scenes or the fight scenes we know we should be seeing in the anime because maybe it's just not a studio with that kind of funding. But
Yeah,
hey, if that's what the problem is, then that falls on them. I'm sorry that they couldn't come with it when I was watching it. I mean, it just is what it is.
all right, man. So I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck. I think that this show does have promise to it. I feel like that Red Ranger, it's kind of doing this world building right now, right? We're trying to see like the different entities in there. We got introduced to a princess and her bodyguard. We're really just filling it out right now to see, you know, what the world is taking shape and form to be. I do think also that it's gonna have some components in there of, you know, some childish things that happens, and of course, I already knew from episode I think 2 or 1 that we was gonna have some fan service in there, um, which in previous animes that I've heard you talk about, that you have no problem with. So this shouldn't be a make or break
That's
for you.
no.
And actually, this is like this is nowhere near on the level of a show like Dan to Dan, for example, when it comes to art style and fan service. So I don't even want to hear nothing from you about um, any of that, right? Because Dan to Dan is a show that you love and swear by for whatever reason. So when it comes to Red Ranger, man, like yeah, I already knew he was gonna get some of that, but I don't think it diminishes the show. Um, and particularly, I'm still curious about the whole story of how he got there, why he's there, and the impact he's going to have while he's there. So episode 4, um, going on a little bit about episode 3. So we got introduced to another person who had the seed, right? I can't remember exactly what it was called, but it was another person that they were the what seed?
Manaphy.
Yeah, man, seed. You know what I'm saying? Basically trying to rescue a village that was under his control. He was doing like censorship over the village, like, nah, y'all can't say nothing. You know what I'm saying, in the town, per se. So I thought that was interesting within itself. You know what I mean? Like you say something, he just arrives in the shadows, like, nah, bro, I'm cutting off your head. Um, and then they got like a little resistant group that's trying to take back the city. I like the whole concept of that, right? And we did get we got a decent fight sequence. It wasn't all that, but at the same time, man, like it's episode 4, so we still seeing the mechanics happen, and just seeing like how it's gonna work. Uh, I I got high hopes for Red Ranger, man. I think it's gonna be dope for sure.
I
This episode,
mean,
in this episode too, before you retort, this episode right here, man, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 for sure.
7 out of 10. I
Mhm.
mean, I wouldn't say we see it. I think we already seen the mechanics of the anime. This bonds of friendship, man. Got introduced to that episode 1. Bonds of friendship.
Yeah,
I, like I will say it is interesting how there's different bonds and friendships that's power and the was it Kazuna? I think that's how you pronounce it.
yeah.
Kaizuna. But we already know the mechanics there. I just knew if they stepped up the animation and the choreography and how the fight scenes actually flow, like I would actually have a lot more hope and expectations to watch it further. But that's sadly just not the case. But that's again, that still doesn't take away that was the dopest part. Like when they went through and did the final two hit, well, 1-2 punch on
Yeah,
the main bad guy. That shit was
yeah,
fire.
tough, tough,
That shit was
tough.
fire.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I got high hopes for it, man. Like I
Yeah,
think it could do something for sure,
yeah.
for sure.
I hope so. I mean, I'm still watching anyway. It's on the lineup, so.
Shoot, what you gonna rate it, man? What you giving it?
I'll give it 6.5. I'll give it six
Six
point
point five.
five. Yeah,
All
that's
right,
not
all
too.
right. Hey, let us know out there if y'all out there. We're also too. We're live on X. We're live on Facebook. We're live on Twitter. We're live on Twitch, and we're live on Instagram. This is Where's My Anime episode 13. You can find us on all those platforms at Where's My Anime. We're gonna be there. So if y'all watching tonight, if y'all want to comment what you think, if you're watching the Red Ranger becomes an adventure in another world, drop a comment in there. Tell us what you thought about the episode, and also too, like let us know if y'all got high hopes for this anime. If you read the manga, this is a quick disclaimer: we don't read no manga about nothing. All right, so everything we
Nope.
doing here is just purely off of what's been animated, and also what we think is our opinions about what's gonna happen next. So just pure ignorance on that, and just all speculation. So don't come for us too bad, like, oh, this didn't happen in the manga. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Um, but yeah, man. So I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. What you gonna give it that?
Yeah, man. Yeah, 6.5, 6.5. Just to add on what you're saying. If you did read the manga, don't cause comment and spoiler what's gonna happen in the rest of the anime or what
Oh
could
yeah,
happen in
no
the anime.
spoilers, no
So let us watch
spoilers.
it.
No spoilers for sure, for sure. All right. So look, we got. You got any more comments on Red Ranger? If not, we're gonna go over
nah,
to One Punch Man.
we'll see what episode look like. Well, that's my bad. Let's see what episode 5 looks like, and let's see if it'll change my perspective.
Yeah, I mean, we did get a Hot Springs episode and Hot Springs little event episode 4, which is crazy. But yo, that's what you like, man. Go hit up Red Ranger because of an adventure in another
Okay,
world.
I guess now I gotta say that. That is not fair. That for the viewer, whoever I'm talking to, that Dandy shit is not fan service. I'm not. Nope, that's not fan service. This shit on fucking Red Ranger episode 4, that is fan service. I am.
Hey
Nah, I'm
man,
not even. I'm not even gonna say the words for that shit. But no, that's not fan service.
hey, Dap. Hey, Dap, you must be true to the audience, man. Are you telling me right now that Dan to Dan isn't fan service, bro?
Yes, it's not fan service. That's not fan service.
Hey,
That's not fan service.
if we got new viewers watching, go back and watch some of our older episodes, man. I do a whole take on Dan to Dan. I mean, I goes in on Dan to Dan. In
Mm-hmm.
depth, and also tries to protect Dan to Dan a whole lot. I don't know if they secretly hired him as a lawyer or something. I don't know. Well, Dap is very defensive about Dan to Dan. Go back and watch that, man, because I made some interesting points on all those episodes. And you don't have to look any further than the season finale that Dan to Dan did, right? Like this is uh, whatever, man. Hey,
It's
instead of
dark
having
comedy at
hey,
best.
look, instead of having Hot Springs episodes and Dan to Dan, you know what I mean? They got pool episodes of predators coming after one of the main characters. Like that's what they do in Dan to Dan, dog. But I
It was still
digress.
a hot spring. It was
I
still a hot
digress,
spring.
man.
But
I digress.
I will never consider that fan service. And you know why?
What?
You know why?
Hey, so you mean to tell me when they was in the high school, when they was at the high school and joint, and they
Mm-hmm.
had to fight the quarter beast and all that, and then they
Mm-hmm.
showed up. Yeah, I mean, so
Mm-hmm.
what you talking about? What you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Hey
I'm
man,
gonna just
y'all
say the
listen to
number. I'm gonna just say the number 18. 18 plus. I'm pretty sure that's. I'm just trying to keep it as simple as possible. 18 plus is the number I'm gonna say. The characters that's in this show is like 20 plus. Fan service. Dan, not fan service. If you can correlate that and you understand what I'm saying, then thank you.
Nah, man, you wrong, man. Wrong, bro. You wrong. Moving along, man. We got One Punch Man season 2, episode 2. Hey, I gave One Punch Man season 2, episode 1. I gave it a lot of flack. I really wasn't feeling it. I felt like it was lackluster for a season opener. I was just like, oh, what is this? And the reason why we're reviewing One Punch Man season 2 right now is because season 3 is expected to come out this year. So we're just going back, just reviewing some of the old episodes, just getting a good feel for it, have it fresh in our brains. So when season 3 comes out, we can just dive into it.
Yep.
But yeah,
Give
so
y'all more content.
season 2, episode 1, man, it was real bland. I will say that episode 2 kind of spiked my interest. It made me want to watch more of One Punch Man season 2. But yeah, give me your thoughts of season 2, episode 2. Dan.
Episode 2 being bland though.
No, I said episode
So
1. I said episode
uh,
1. So last episode, on our
Gotcha.
show. That's what I was saying. But go ahead.
Gotcha. I will say though, man, I don't know if I was disappointed in myself or if it's good that I eventually was able to identify who's who. For the longest, I thought Blizzard was Tornado, and I thought she just had like a animation boost and design boost. The reason why she looked so different because I
Oh,
was
okay.
confused. Yeah, because I was confused when she walked up to Saitama and she was like, "Are you Saitama?" And then he was like, "Who are you?" I'm like, "I was just fighting the big bad in season one. What's going on? Did I miss something?" But then she was like, "Yeah, I'm the sister of Tornado." I was, "Oh shit!" I was confused. You. So yeah, that shit got me from episode one. I'm glad they cleared that up and I was able to differentiate the two. But I did. I'm interested to see how this new villain or potentially the big bad is going to be for season two. Guru, Guru. I guess that's how you pronounce his name. Or Kuro, Kuro. No, it was Guru. That's how you
Yeah,
pronounce
yeah.
it.
It was with a G. I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
So
Yeah. I'm interested to see too, man. I think I. I'm interested to see too, man. Now, because I think it's gonna be something different. From what we got in season one. So, um, I'm very interested to see how that's gonna play out for sure. And then the whole thing going back with Blizzard and Tornado, I was kind of thrown off in the beginning too because I was like, wait, like I know they were just fighting in season one, right? Uh,
yeah.
so, but they gotta. Well, I can't say that, but yeah, yeah. So it was good. It was a good episode, man. It was a good episode. It was way better than episode one. Like that whole King thing. Like I was just like, man, that's whack. It was whack for a
I
season
wouldn't say
opener.
it's slack though, man. Like
For a
I mean,
season
like I said,
opener.
yeah,
For a
because
season opener.
like so like what I said last episode, please go check it out. Man, like I think he's gonna be like a pretty essential dude for like the rest of the season just because he's apparently a magnet for demon and dragon level threats. Like especially with the way Garuro, if I'm pronouncing his name right, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing his name right. Especially from the way the perspective that he's talking about, like, hey, I'm here for the beast. Like I'm not fighting for the humans type of thing. Like I feel like their dynamic could eventually come together and be something later on in the season. So yeah, I felt like that was a good opener for season one.
Hey, but what did he do in there? What did he do in there when it was having the whole like the
I mean,
the whole hunter meeting? You know what I'm
yeah, man,
saying?
assassinated everybody in that bitch.
He
Everybody.
everybody. I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, yeah, like this is turning up in a good way. This should have been the opener, dog.
Yeah,
And the reason why I say that episode one was a little bit on the trash end, is because you could have, based off of your theory about him being, a focal point in season two. Like I get it, but I didn't need that to be season one, man. I mean, episode one. Like, you could have gave that to me like in episode 4 or 5 or something like that. This should have been episode one, and then you could have came back to King in episode two, right?
yeah,
And that was my only thing
that's
about it.
it.
Like, this is not making me want to watch the new season, right? Um,
Yeah.
but like I said, man, they turned up in episode two, so I'm happy. I'm good. I give this episode a I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10, bro. Just because old boy was in there just merciless, right? Like it is what it
Yeah.
is.
Oh man, everybody was showing out, man. You got Gararu showing out. You got Sonic showing out. Genos. I wouldn't say he showed out, but he definitely tried to show off his new upgrade. But he didn't really
Yo,
get to do too much with it. And then, of course, Saitama got to do a little something, something in the episode itself. Which is, I just find it dope, man. Like, it's not too often you get to watch an anime where the MC is legit OP and you can still enjoy the whole series. Like, all Saitama did was say, serious series sidestep. And this dude was
yo,
sidestepping, trying to dodge Sonic's fucking attack, and just the sheer blowback from him sidestepping so fast was enough to knock Sonic off his balance or whatever you will say, knock him off balance and take him out at the same time. Like Saitama didn't even touch him. He was trying to avoid the attack.
Yeah, for
And he's
sure.
still in there wanting
Um,
to fight. Man. It's just wild.
hey, I will say this though, man. Like when you talk about main characters being OP and you still enjoy the anime, like we get that with Bleach oftentimes. So I'm still good. I'm still good with that.
Oh. But this has been another
Hey,
episode
shout
of
out
Where's My
Bleach.
Anime? We'll see you next time.
Shout out Bleach, my guy. Hey, Thousand Year
Man,
Blood War season 4 coming out this year, bro. Look for that drop. We will be covering it 24/7.
will we
News
though?
access with Bleach.
Will we though?
Yeah, man. Hey, so what you giving this episode to, man?
Episode 2, man. I give it a 9, man. I'll give it a 9. It was nice to see
Not
some
bad.
old characters from season 1. Good action between all three of them. And then you get
Yeah,
to see the building on how like the ranks work between the SA and B class and how they really monopolize how you can rank up in the classes. So
yeah, for sure.
yeah, I
Sure.
like it.
Shout out One Punch Man, we will be reviewing and watching season 3 when it comes out. If you're just tuning in, this is another episode of Where's My Anime? Where's My Anime? We're on episode 13 tonight. This is my boy Dap. I'm Jay Sama. We do this every Friday night, roughly around 10 o'clock Central Time. Um, roughly around that. So,
Right.
our next topic tonight. Shout out Sakamoto Days, man. Sakamoto Days season 1, episode 4. This is a new anime on Netflix. It's pretty interesting if you like movies like John Wick or, old, or if you like movies about old assassins retiring out the game and then assassins coming after them trying to get them back in the game or take them out because they're out of the game. This is
Yeah.
one of those animes that you can appreciate, right?
Or can you?
It's or can you? It is it is an anime that is just started. It's on season 1. We're reviewing episode 4. If y'all want to go back and watch the catalog, we reviewed all the episodes of Sakamoto Days leading up to this episode. So, with that being said, I'll start it off. I'm really
Boy,
no, you know what? I'll let you start off I'll let you start off because look. You have your 4 episode rule. You can go ahead and start off. Tell me how you feel about episode 4, and does this fall in that category of your rule box where you know you have that give me 2 shakes, give me 3 shakes, or you're out.
two shakies. Take the two shakies. But
Yeah.
I've been saying it, man. That comes back down to my headline, man. It's that gray area. Like
Oh,
literally, this episode made it that gray area, bro. And I'm pretty sure I called it on either on one of the episodes we watched. I'm pretty sure I called it. I was like, man, I really hope Turo doesn't turn into a fucking like Choji type of character where like when he powers up to his most fucking powerful, he fucking goes back skinny. And what the fuck did we get at the end of this episode? This motherfucker got hit so hard, he got turned back skinny.
we don't we don't quite know that yet, man. The jury's still not on that because what I would like to say is that when Hard Boiled, is that his name? Hard Boiled, right?
uh, that's not his name, but I know that's what he likes to say is cool. Like he says something hard boiled is cool, but I can't
Yeah.
remember his name sadly. Yeah,
So when so when he felt the bloodlust after he knocked him out, I can argue and say that that's what he saw from his perspective. But that doesn't mean that was Sakamoto's actual look, right? Because he
oh,
knew
I
him.
get it.
He knew him back in the day when he was at the academy or whatever they were at, the little assassin academy. That's so dope. Girls are throwing chocolate at Sakamoto and shit. So I will argue and say I think that was from his perspective that oh shit, like this is who this is the person who I remember being all that in a bag of chips, right? And he even
Yeah,
admitted to saying like when he was beating him up, he was like, "You ain't shit. You can't protect your family. I used to look up to you. Da da da." And he just beat him
yeah,
up real bad. And then when he came up, said, "Yeah, I'm not gonna hold back no more. Oh, I remember you now." and gave him the whole formula for his little gumball rockets. I think that was his perception. I don't think that was actually like a hidden jutsu technique. Shout out Naruto.
I mean, that's a good perspective. I didn't think about it that way. Like, especially when he got like that killer. It's not instinct, but he had the feeling like he had a killing glance or a killing
Yeah, the
intent that was
bloodlust.
coming towards him. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I guess you could correlate that with also him saying like, hey, this is who I see Toro as. But
right.
this is obviously not the same guy that I remember from back in the day. So I can respect that. If he does go that way and like he legit goes right back to being fat because like it's just showing from his perspective, then that'll take away the whole gray area thing and we can push this thing on forward. Because it was a great episode.
Yeah, nah. I mean, I'll give it a 9 out of 10, man. And honestly, I'm gonna be real honest about this. When I first started watching the episode, I was like, why the fuck are they still at the fair? You know what I'm saying? Or still
Yeah.
at the amusement park. I was like, oh god, like this is this gonna be a filler episode? But then it's time. Oh, and also too, man. We reviewed it back on my list on the last episode, episode 12. I told you, I said, man, they need to tell us about this poison, dog. Like, it is not gonna make sense if they don't tell us about the poison. And I'll be down. They had the poison lined up in the first, like, I don't know, 4 minutes of the episode. I was like, cool. I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? So they got a point off of me for that. So this episode, I'm giving it 9 out of 10. And also too, man, this is the you can say the first time really like Sakamoto and somebody else actually had some blows, thrown back and forth in the choreography, and Sakamoto did not get the best of that person. You know what I'm saying? He was actually bested. So I was like, oh, okay, so this isn't like a Satama situation or not even a John Wick situation for real. This is a situation where we're about to see him, you know, not hold back anymore and possibly see him like get back busy. But we never seen him get hit like that consecutively. And then old boy was just so cocky with it, like you're done. You know what I mean? You're
Oh yeah.
cooked. So
Oh yeah. Especially when he got that one hit to the face when he was already on the ground and he was just laying there. I was like, damn. Like I thought like one of the
hard
other two
body,
was going to come through and like give some assistance while he got back up on his feet type of shit. But, yeah, man,
hard body.
choreography was good in this episode, man. It was good.
Yeah, yeah, I was fucking with it. But yeah, what you giving, man? I give it 9 out of 10. What you got?
Mm, what's your new insight?
Yeah, with my new insight, it's a 9 out of 10, bro. Stop playing.
Wait, where Nicky Nice at? Can he provide some other like information for me to be able to use for?
Nikki Knights, Nikki Knights. Shout out my boy Nikki Knights, man. Holla at us. Holla at us,
But
man. We might be having Nikki Knights on the show here pretty soon, man. For him to give his insights on solo leveling and all things anime. But go ahead, Dad. I know you can't. I know you can't give an honest opinion without your boy Nick.
man, nah, I give it a nod, man. I'll give it a nod because everything else was good until that point. Like I would hate to have to go back and say in the next episode when we talk about it if he really did fucking turn skinny. Like I wouldn't be surprised if maybe like he has uh like some detective cloaking technology, some type shit like that. I mean, he is an assassin. Like it would be kind of. I was probably
Like
had to see a little bit more of that.
yeah,
Well,
like
I mean, we
Ninja
had it.
Kamui. You mean like Ninja
Well,
Kamui
no.
when they
Well, I mean,
had
well, yes,
when
yes,
they had the cloaking and everything?
man. I probably ain't trying to talk about that, but
Shout out
yeah.
Ninja
Well,
Kamui, by the way.
no, don't shout out Ninja Kazooie. no, but damn, yeah, I had to take it back because old dude was already doing like face body swapping shit in the episode we were pretending to be Turo.
Yeah,
We just kept
yeah,
talking,
yeah, for
but
sure.
yeah, yeah, I'll give it a nine, and hopefully I'll have to take it back on the next episode, man. I really hope
Hey,
I don't
hey,
have to.
don't be hung up on the whole like skinny thing, man. Like I don't think that that's gonna make or break the anime for real. If that is something that happens when he turns up, like I don't think that's something that's gonna break the anime. Um, but I'm really appreciating Sakamoto Days right now.
Yeah,
But
I will say the same.
Love by Design said a nine. Come on with the nine. Right, you know it's a nine, man. Stop playing, bro.
I have delivered your nine.
uh, hey, with that being said, man, what are you looking forward to on the next episode?
Hey, I mean, like, exactly where I left. Well, honestly, man, I'm kind of. We didn't even talk about Shin and no, that's not his name. Yeah, it's Shin, right? The dude. I feel
Who you
like I'd be
talking
kind of
about?
confusing it with fucking the blonde haired dude, the psychic assassin.
Oh yeah, Mr. Clairvoyant.
Yeah, because like he's tied up in the chair. I was kind, I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of upset at how he so easily got just snatched up and tied to a chair.
Or he's not like that. I'm starting to see that, bro. Like he's really not like that. Um, and also too, did I miss something, or did you see the part where old girl actually drunk alcohol and started doing the drunken fist? Because I felt like she just came out of nowhere with the drunken fist.
Nah, she drink alcohol the whole time. Remember the whole time she was like, "Man, I'm nervous. I drink this to shake my nerves." It was alcohol.
Oh
Remember
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Shin?
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. I did miss. I was about to say, I was like, yo, what? Like she was drinking this whole time. Got you. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
I missed. And then, but all that got mitigated with old girl just shaking her head. Like, I was like, okay. I mean, I guess, but not really.
I mean,
So
to me personally, it makes sense because I'm drinking now, but if I do too much moving, like the room starts spinning, I'm done.
oh
So
no, no,
I'm
no.
gonna go off of
Yeah,
that.
the physics made sense. But I was just saying, like in the anime, like you allow her to do that to you, type shit. I felt like that was trivial at best. Um, but yeah.
I mean, sadly, I don't remember how it ends off because I mean, she's already incapacitated on the ground. Old dude's already tied up. Old girl just had bloodlust and she done fucking swiped the blood off her nose from the blow that she got from old girl, the surprise attack. So I really don't know what to expect out of that fight, if anything.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe we'll have a turn in events, but or maybe we'll have one of the other assassins that actually know Sakamoto come through. We'll see.
So like old dude from last episode, think you won't come
Yeah,
through?
yeah, the doppelganger dude, the guy who was impersonating Sakamoto. So we
Probably
might
it.
get. You never know. So that was dope. All right. So with that being said, we're gonna wrap up Sakamoto Days. This is another episode of Where's My Anime, episode 13. For those who are just coming in, hey, drop a comment, man. Let me know if you agree with me or disagree with that. Well, for sure, we'll put it up on the screen, man. We'll let you know our thoughts and opinions. Shout out to everybody who's watching. We're live on Twitter, or X, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. So just shout us out, man. You go follow us all on Where's My Anime. All right, going in. We got Dragon Ball Dama, man, episode 16, man. Dama fourth quarter pressure. That's my title, man. And say what?
17. Oh, we good. We good.
No, 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 no. I had just looked it up. I'm pretty sure we
Huh?
on 16. Yo, at least I thought. Oh, we might be on 17. Hold up.
It's all good.
Yeah, we definitely on
Yeah.
17. We're definitely on 17. Hey, shout out Dragon Ball. Shout out Dragon Ball Dama. We on 17, man. Um, look,
It's
so
I'll let
if
you
y'all
go.
haven't been watching, I kind of went in on Dragon Ball Dama last week on our on episode 12 of our show. These are, I mean, because reportedly, Dragon Ball Dama is supposed to be 20 episodes, right?
End of
That's what
February.
I'm basing. This is what I'm basing this off of. Um, we are now 3 episodes, or we only have 3 episodes, or what? Yeah, 3 episodes
Yeah.
left, right?
3 episodes left.
Um,
Yep.
this can't be it. This cannot be it. So just discussing about episode 17, right? We're here. This is the crossroads. We got the Manjas lined up. We got the Supreme Kais lined up. We got, we got Piccolo lined up. We got everybody here, right? And it's a little scrap between Goku and Majin
Dude.
Buu, and it's just like, okay, that was a cool little scrap, but it's significant though, right? Like it made it wasn't important to the story, right? Like it was just a little shuffle, um, and to the point where Goku finally goes Super Saiyan at the end and kind of roughs him up a little bit, and then that was it. It was like a little skirmish, man. I'm thinking like, oh, okay, this is gonna be the fight. We about to get what we've been looking for. Shit is about to go down one way or another. We might get some fusions out the way. We might get, the booze fusion, or not booze, but the Majins fusion. Like we might get all that, right? I'm like, oh, this is it. This is the setup, right? And this was the perfect setup for German's brother to come through, because that's all the fuck it was, dog. That's all it was. In the name of the episode was titled Goma. Fair enough. But at the same time, man, like, damn, all the shit that happened in the first half of the episode was garbage. And it was insignificant to um the rest of the episode, right? And I feel like, on record, I could feel like saying that half of the episode was filler, and the last half of the episode is what really matters going forward for the rest of the show. And at this point, don't give me episode 17 where we're in the fourth quarter and it's bullshit. And this is what we're getting out of Dama. It is it is trash. I mean, this is disrespectful to all Dragon Ball fans, in my opinion. Right? Like, you just gave me a half episode of wasted time. It wasn't even that cool to see Goku's, sparring with the Majin like that. Like, it did nothing for me, really. It, it was cool, beautiful animation, but it really wasn't nothing. And now, with the whole thing of Goma coming through, setting up the arena, and then they're squaring off. It's like, all right, cool. This is what really matters. And then, of course, Goku finally goes Super Saiyan 3, which I don't give a fuck about that. Honestly, like, Goku goes Super Saiyan 3, yay, wahoo. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all see the Goku poster right here or over here. That's not my favorite character. It's actually my boy over here. You know what I'm saying? My boy Vegeta up there. You know what I'm saying? So when he goes Super Saiyan 3, I'm all in. But yeah, man, this episode was just alright. It was a pack of mid, dog. Um, and Goma is Jiren's big brother or little brother, depending on how you see Jiren. But this is just a big pack of mid with fancy packaging on top of it, right? Like, this that's all it was. A big pack of mid with some nice, colorful, super elegant design on top of it. That's it. Go ahead, bro. I digress.
Yeah, man. I'm just saying, man, I disagree with everything you didn't say. Like, God, like, man, it's crazy. Like, they had literally, in the beginning of the episode, the first time we see not only Goku and Vegeta fight in a situation where they didn't need to go Super Saiyan, they showed how they were able to perfectly and amazingly show how they could still make a fight scene look dope without having to go Super Saiyan and still have a whole bunch of great fight sequences and choreography in it. But they failed since the Vegeta Super Saiyan 3 fight. They haven't done
Yes,
anything remotely close.
yes,
Why?
yes.
It doesn't make any sense. What the fuck happened?
It
What
doesn't.
happened?
It's a
I'm
huge
like,
disservice.
I literally said the same thing. I'm sitting there watching Goku and do fight, and I'm like, and
Bland. No
like
seasoning. It was a
it's
fight with no seasoning, dog.
it's so wild, man. It is so wild. And then you said like the half. Like honestly, it wasn't even the half for me. It was probably like maybe the last 7 or 5 minutes that I was like, yo, now it got good. But it wasn't even so much that like yes, it did get good. Like the choreography got different, but at the same time, like I was taking in like the different aspects that they were giving us. Because there's not too many times in Dragon Ball in all the series where we actually had a actual like big bad that had to be attacked by multiple characters, especially all at once. It's usually one and one. It's usually one-on-one fights that we get out of Dragon Ball Z. It's very rare that we'll get
Yeah,
two
we'll get
on
some.
one.
Yeah, we'll get some one on. Yeah, 2-on-1s, 1-on-2s. Yeah, we'll get that. Especially with Goku and Vegeta. Like we seen that. We seen that in the Buu saga.
I mean, but that's the Buu saga though. Like anything other than that, like it's kind of it's still more like a take your turn kind of thing. Like Dragon Ball, like yeah, definitely the Buu saga they both did at the same time. But like any other time before that, it was kind of like a take your turn kind of thing.
Bro,
Like
we seen Raccoon versus the whole Z fighters all at the same time. I mean, I'm just saying we seen it, dog. I know like the more important battles have been more 1-on-1s, more or less, right? But we have seen good choreography of one versus two, one v three, stuff like that. But go ahead, man. I didn't mean to stop you.
yeah, nah, that's still good. Like man, like it was great. Like honestly, I was impressed by the route they decided to go with how Gomo was fighting at that end of the 7 or 5 minutes. Like the way he was fighting as a big motherfucker. Like usually you would think they would be like, he's too
Like he's
big, so
slow,
he's gonna be
like he's
sluggish.
big and slow. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not the route they decided to go. Like, bro was fucking blocking shit, doing flip kicks, like using his fucking telekinesis or whatever the fuck it's called. Like, bro was getting it in. That shit was dope. It was amazing, but it still doesn't amount to all the fluff that
Three
we
out of ten.
got in the beginning. Three
Three
out
out
of
of ten,
10.
bro. 3 out of 10.
Sadly, let's
Look,
go back to my headline, man. It's a great area, dude. Like,
no, it ain't no
man,
gray
dude.
area, man. That was a big pack of mid. And look, man, and the reason why the only reason why they got 3 points is because they actually revealed, I guess, the power of the third eye, right? Like, I guess whatever everything that Goma's using is the power of the third eye. So I felt like that was interesting, to see that and to actually see that. Oh, this is why it was significant when he was saying he should have wished for that, right? And now we get it. But other than that, I mean, dude, we saw Glorio have the Dragon Ball, right? Shin's sisters right there, and it was no friction. Like, it was no plan. He was just like, oh, what are these guys up to? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we saw. I was anticipating for this to be a moment, and it wasn't a moment at all. It was more just like, oh, we're about to have a little face off, and Goku's up first, and he's gonna fight the Majin. Like, they have been building that this was a scheme all along. So when we
Yeah.
actually get to it, it's just more bullshit in mid level, man. It was just mid, dog. It's no other way to explain it. But
I
I will
mean,
commend them for actually showing, the power of the third eye.
yeah, but I mean, like, I'm trying to figure out what thing to hit first so I don't forget the other. But I will say, man, it was interesting to see Neva actually show like surprise and concern about the third eye.
Third eye. Hmm.
Yeah, because most of the stuff we ran into, Neva was like, yeah, I created that, or some other Namekians created that. So like the third eye clearly isn't anything that Neva had any part with, or any Namekian supposedly for that matter. So I wonder
Yeah.
where this item came from and how it came to be. I wonder if they'll go back and kind of show. Well, actually, hope not. Only fucking 3 episodes left, but
I don't give a fuck about that.
but I mean, it would be interesting if they show like how this eye actually became. Actually, shit, they probably did say how the eye became to be, huh? When that one episode where they show like the original Majin that created everything.
No, they show him having the no. He wasn't a Majin. He was just the original Supreme King, or Supreme uh
Not the bird's dad. Like
huh?
before all that.
Yeah, yeah, the first one, the Supreme Demon King. The fat
You talking
dude.
about
He had the eye. He had the
yeah,
eye right
yeah,
in the middle.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about going back further than that.
No, the first one
Now,
did. That's what I'm saying. The first
that's
one
the
had
boy.
the third eye.
That's the boy's dad.
The Boar's dad is not the first Demon King,
He was the fat
but
one.
that's not the Boar's dad. Not the first one.
I remember showing the first one. I'm pretty sure it was that
Yeah,
same
it's
episode
true.
I'm talking about too now.
Well, whatever. He had it. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it was created, but he had it.
I mean, it definitely had
I
to be
mean,
created. It
well,
exists, but just
when
how
I
it became
say
a thing.
well, when I say created, right? Because it could have been created within him, right? I'm not saying like as an object. We don't know if it was created as an object because the first one had it. It could have been something that was, something he was born with and he was able to pass down type shit, or something he was able to wish for, or something that he was able to create with, the magic or whatever he had at his disposal. Hopefully, we do get some insights on that. I agree with you. At the end of the day, I really don't give a fuck about how it was to become in existence unless it matters down the lineage of Dragon Ball Super. I'm just done with Dama, bro. Like Dama gave me some good moments, but at the end of the day, I'm done with Dama, man. Unless these last three episodes is fire. Show me fire, and then you might have me back.
I mean, I'll definitely commend a great finale. Honestly, in a way, even though it probably will suck depending on how they do it, I would probably be okay with it being a to be continued ending. I
What for
would,
Dama?
yes,
No fucking way, dog.
yes, I'd probably be okay with that.
If we weren't doing the show,
Rob,
it's no way. It's no way I would watch that. No fucking way,
if we gotta watch our God,
man. No way, man. No way, because this isn't even in the timeline of Super. You know what I'm saying? And Super's supposed to be coming out soon. So it's like I don't want no fucking to be continued of this shit. It doesn't matter. It doesn't
I
matter.
mean, that's what I feel like. So I didn't know until I went through reading some other posts and watched some other videos. Like a lot of shit out of Daima is really a collaboration. That's not the exact word I'm looking for. Um, a mosaic. I don't know, but it's like taking a whole bunch of different aspects and elements from other stuff from spin-off Dragon Ball series and really just throwing it into the Dragon Ball series to make it canon. So I wouldn't be surprised. Like Goma wearing what looks like a Pride Trooper suit. Like, hey, Pride Troopers might have really one of them might be really from the Demon Realm. We don't know. Like it's
Yeah, that's your brother. You heard?
I, it has potential to go anywhere, especially if Toriyama, because I didn't think about it like this too. Like if there is no continuation of Daima, like this is legitimately Toriyama's thank you for watching series. Like this is the
Yeah,
last thing we're getting from Toriyama.
yeah,
So
and I
if
hate
there is
that.
a continuation, that would be great to see either just concepts and elements that he was going to add to Dama 2 or
Yeah,
however
I
things
hate it.
proceed. You know?
I hate it, man. Shout out to Toriyama, but I hate it. Uh,
And,
but with that, but with that being said, man, um, 3 out of 10. What you gonna give Dama, man? What you gonna
I
rate
mean,
Dama?
I really don't know, especially when you brought up the shit about Rensu back there with Dragon Balls. Like, she was the only one back there with doing coup. Everybody else went to fight. She literally had the opportunity to fucking knock out Hibis and have all the Dragon Balls. She was right there with all. She's still right there with all the Dragon Balls.
I mean, it was like no, it wasn't any tension. It wasn't any kind of like anybody trying to mislead anybody, trying to manipulate something. Like I feel like that moment could have been a lot better, and it could have been a lot heavier on the user, our perspectives watching it. Right, like we could have been left in suspense before the real fighting could have commenced. And I feel like that was missing from this episode because we're finally seeing the heroes versus the villains, right? Like, that's the big meetup. This whole time we never seen that. In this season, we finally get it, and it was just anticlimactic. Anticlimactic. I was like, what the fuck is this?
I
It
mean, I
just didn't
wouldn't
make
say
sense to me, man.
anticlimactic. It just
It
the
was
build was bad.
anticlimactic, dog. It was anticlimactic because it happened, and then we got a trash ass fight that eventually led to a bigger fight. That's the fight that really matters. Everything that happened in this episode, besides 1/3 of the episode, didn't matter. Had no effects on the outcome of what's gonna happen. And how the
That
fuck do you explain that in the episode 17, the fourth quarter of Dragon Ball Dama? How can you justify that? You can't. And
oh, I'm
that's
not
why.
justifying
Yeah,
I'm
I'm just
just
saying. And I'm talking to
it's
everybody. That's why I give it a 3 out of 10. Let us know in the comments if you agree or disagree with me, my boy Dap. I will say this is another episode of Where's My Anime, episode 13. We are live on X, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, X, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube. Holla at us. Holla at us, man.
Instagram.
Drop in the comments. Yeah, Instagram. Holla
Instagram. You got 3 minutes to go find us
Yeah.
on any of these other social media sites.
Yeah, Instagram about to shut us down, man. But holla at us if you agree, disagree. Let us know what you're watching. Let us know if it's a conversation you want us to have up here about your favorite anime. Moving forward though, moving forward, man. Somehow,
Before you do that, four.
somehow,
I'll give it a 4 out of 10 for that.
4 out of 10. Get the fuck out of here. That shit deserves nothing greater than a 3. But I got you though. Moving forward, man, we're talking about Solo Leveling, season 2, episode 5 tonight. Solo Leveling, I have nothing but good things to say about Solo Leveling. But I'll let you. I took Dharma. I'll let you go first.
Oh man, honestly, you might have to go first, man. 'Cause I binge watched all this, and it's a little blurry. And I'm not even saying it in a bad way. Like I didn't. I was watching it, and I was entertained watching it. Like, I mean, you got fucking Jinwoo pretending to just be like a little innocent carrier to go fucking bring items and stuff throughout the dungeon for what's
A
A?
little
I
minor.
think it was mixed for A, B, and C rank group. Or was it just
Nah,
A and
nah. It was
B?
just. Now it was just A and B's. A and B ranks.
And I guess like I should have known that they were going to try to like kind of have it go in that first episode route just because they went and even showed that dynamic with the miners when they're like, "Hey, you want to do it for another day?" And he's like, "Man, yeah, I remember this feeling. Like, yeah, I had all my friends and stuff. We was all happy to go into a dungeon together and go explore." I should have known it was gonna get in that same direction, but in a way, it really didn't because nobody died. Nobody died. Surprisingly, I thought old dude
Yeah,
that lost his arm.
yeah. One of the B ranks got his arm cut off. But
Yeah,
yo, hey,
I thought he was gonna be gone.
hey, you just gonna skip over the whole fact that oh man, I had her name. I forgot her name real quick. Old girl
Check.
thought that Jinwoo smelled good. You just gonna skip that whole little detail, bro?
I was kind of confused on that. Like, I didn't know if it was because like she was just familiar with miners, like that's their job, so like they just smell like whatever. Oh, like because they were stuck
No,
with
no, that was for hunters. That was for everybody. That was hunters, miners, everybody. Everybody smelled bad to her. That's why she always covered her nose.
well, the only thing I can correlate to that is because the old dude, because he was burning all the monsters, and that smell got on the stuff. And if she was with that group, then that's what she's gonna smell that burnt monster smell. So that's why she
Bro,
walked around covering her nose. Well,
bro,
that was my thought.
she had her nose covered before she even entered the gate, right?
I mean, because she knew what was gonna happen, because she knew old dude was gonna go through, throw fire, that was gonna burn all the monsters, and there was gonna be that burnt monster
Bro,
smell that she didn't like.
bro, it had to be a whole 10 minutes before he actually started burning shit. She had her nose covered the whole time.
Because she knew what was gonna go down, man. She
Nah, that
prepared,
don't
man.
make sense, bro. It's like, damn, man. Like, smell outside
Hey,
first, and they ain't burning nothing yet. Uh, but nah, I mean, I thought that was interesting, man. Like, the whole like, oh, you actually smell good. You're not a bad smelling hunter. And I was like, what? okay, I guess. But I mean that also alludes to the fact that Jim Woo is, not necessarily, somebody of this world, right, of this dimension, because he has a distinct smell that nobody else has. Real interesting, but I just wanted to put that in there because you just glossed over that shit and went straight to, the dungeon part of it. Well, go ahead.
I mean, I'm just going off of what I remember, but I do remember that, and that was my thought process for that. I thought they were going for my Instagram. I,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I
I,
got you. I got you.
I thought
Shout
that's
out
what they were
Instagram.
alluding to. But other than that, man, I'm kind of still surprised we haven't seen Jin Woo come back out with the poison dagger. Like he hasn't used the poison dagger yet, but it's nice to see him use like his other skills, like how he's been using his assassin skill to be able to quietly go through and take people out. But like it's kind of like a weird like I had the perfect words for it when I was watching it, but like it almost kind of gives it like a I don't want to say soap opera like feel to it because
What you mean?
at this point like he's just playing as somebody that he's not, and he's trying to hide his identity, like on some like fake Clark Kent type shit.
Like on some, yeah, like yeah, Clark Kent or Bruce Wayne type shit. That's what you said?
I mean, I wouldn't say Bruce Wayne. I mean, I wouldn't say Bruce Wayne because
No,
like
I'm
he's
just
not
saying
really like
protecting his identity. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I would say more like Clark Kent because all he's doing is like what Jin Woo doing is even less than just putting on and taking off glasses.
No, he ain't
Like
doing shit. He ain't doing
exactly.
shit. Um, yeah, I mean,
Like
I think here's the thing, man. Like, I think it's very important to know that solo leveling is trying to do a good job at something a lot of animes don't do quite well. And what that is having consistency with the main character's
yes,
power or attributes, I should say, right? Keeping track
yes,
with it, where just because they gain one ability that's stronger than the other one doesn't necessarily mean they won't use the other less ability. And I think that
yes,
they're actually doing a good job at doing that, because Jim Woo has a lot of skills. However, it's kind of, well, I'm not gonna say kind of hard, because if I was doing anime, I'll have a shit in there. But we've seen that it's hard for other animes to have the character use some of his skill sets that's in his old tool bag, right? And I feel like they're trying, man, and they're doing a good job of it so far. It's just some things that aren't present that I guess you would like to see as far as the poison dagger, but it's stuff mode, man. Like he took that shit right out of the bag, shing 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 shing,
oh yeah, most
and
definitely.
used it.
I mean, that's
And
just one thing out of many that I noticed.
yeah, and also too, man, like I feel like Jim Woo's very calculated as well. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they could have been more aware of the poison if he used the poison dagger, or maybe because those high orcs, the lady said that they have a good um magic resistance, right? So maybe that poison dagger wouldn't have been the best way to handle them. So you know I'm gonna go with Jim Woo. He know what he's doing so far. You know what I'm saying? He knows his attack vectors and how he gets down. So I think Solo Lemon is doing a good job at just showing that old tool bag of look, man, he did this back in season one. He can still do it now, and this is how he does it, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's perfect description, man. Just sticking to the characters, the MC's bag of tricks and what they brought to the table from the beginning to the start. Like, I mean, to the end. Like, personally, like, sadly, I'm about to go back to Dragon Ball Z. I would have loved if Goku kept the power pole and the Nimbus throughout the fucking series because they would just added more elements to what he'd been able to do. Like, it didn't have to be like a finisher thing,
Man,
but it
fuck
could have
that
easily
power
just been
pole,
like,
dog.
oh, I
Fuck
know
that power
Goku said
pole.
fuck it too because as soon as he turned fucking Super Saiyan, he done took the shit away and went pissed. I'm like, why? Keep using the fucking power pole,
Nah,
bro. It's to your advantage. But
nah, that shit was long gone.
yeah,
That shit was long gone before he turned Super Saiyan. However, I do feel like I do feel yeah, it was long gone before Super Saiyan. Dog. Super Saiyan was Frieza.
Oh no,
Super
no,
Saiyan was
Donna,
Frieza.
and Donna. Sorry,
Oh no, oh
but yeah,
nah.
yeah, that's true
But
too. That's true too.
he just used the power pole in this last episode.
He did until he turned Super Saiyan, and then he tucked it away. As soon as he turned Super Saiyan, he tucked it away.
Yeah, because I mean he didn't need the shit no more, bro.
He did.
That's how that shit go.
I mean, it wasn't their moms or nothing, sadly. But we ain't talking about it, Java. I just wanted to give an example.
Yeah, true, man. Get them off this solo leveling segment. But yeah,
Most
man,
definitely. Sad.
I like how they went back in the old two bag. Hey, what you think? What you think about the whole setup with the High Orcs King or whatever he's gonna be? Like, what you think about that?
I don't know, man, because you have to go back and think about the elf because the elf glitched too. The orc was glitching. He's like, hey, come with us or die here. Which one you choosing? And
Okay,
he
so I
glitched
got
out.
yeah, I got a comment about that, but go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, go
Nah,
ahead.
so okay, so what happened was right. So when the high orcs were there was his army, and what he did was he used magic to speak in the body of that high orc. So that wasn't the king that was actually talking to that A ranker captain, whatever, right? That was actually one of the soldiers. But the reason why he glitched out is because the magic was taking control of his body and he was able to. I'm sure it's a specific term for it, but he was able to be a medium, right? He was able to be a medium for the king to talk to the humans. That's why he glitched out
Yes,
the way he did.
yeah, I kind of got
Well,
that too, but I feel like it
it
kind of
wasn't
plays
like
both ways still.
it wasn't like the F glitch out. However, did you catch that he was able to speak in English though, or not English, but he was able to speak their language,
Yes, and honestly, that's what I was just trying to remember because I remember
right?
when the Ice Elf
Because
King was talking, Jin Woo's the only
the
one that was
elves,
able to understand him.
exactly. So we're dealing with some type of higher level being than what the elf king was, or the leader of the elves, or whatever, the ice elves. So that was interesting, and I feel like shit is about to go down. And I also feel like, well, not feel like, but I wonder if this is one of those gates where nobody can leave, but people can still enter. Because I think Jim Wu Bei is gonna come in the gate after she noticed that he went with them on that mining mission, as a miner. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she's
I
coming, bro.
mean,
I feel like she's coming. I just do. I just do.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just curious on like how that works because the reason why they couldn't leave is because they trapped the gate and it poisoned them when they tried to get rid of the trap. So I wonder if that
Yeah.
works coming in it as well. Like, do they come in and get like heavily poisoned and then got to cure themselves, or are they fucked? Like this,
See, but here's the thing. Like
I guess we'll find out.
he put a curse on leaving the gate. However, unlike a red gate where they know they couldn't enter, when they were outside talking, he was telling them like, "Oh, he entered the gate as a minor, with whoever team." It was still blue. It was just a regular gate outside. I don't know if you peeped that. It was just a regular gate on the outside.
Nah,
When
I did not.
when she was talking to the miner, the head miner dude or whatever, outside, it was just a regular blue gate. So with that being said, I feel like people could enter the gate, but he cursed it where people can't leave the gate. And I also wonder what's going to be his topic of discussion, because when they actually came to him, he said, "Hello, human worms."
Yeah.
Like already, already with the notion of you're beneath me. You know what I'm saying? You're basically worthless, but I'm having an audience with you. So like that whole little setup is curious, man. Like, so you're gonna tell them like you can either die or you can have an audience with me, but I'm gonna still call you a worm. You know what I mean? Like that's wild. That's crazy work. So we'll
Yeah.
see, man.
It's 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 definitely gonna be interesting to see how that plays out because either it's gonna play out still the same fucking way because he's gonna be like, all right, I just got you here. I wanted to, see who was causing all this commotion inside my dungeon, and now that I see you, let's have a little battle. Y'all gonna fight against, two of my strongest warriors. Let's see if you win for my amusement. Like, I still feel like it's kind of gonna play out the same way.
Hey, that'd be dope, man. But you know what? Were you curious to know why Jim Woo was just like, "Hey, look, man, hey, y'all get back. Let me summon my whole fucking army here and get us out of this situation." Because I was
I was
like,
way
"But I
more.
mean, but to be fair, I think this is his like first like A rank gate or whatever besides the red gate. So maybe he knew that those orcs in there were a little too strong
Yeah.
for his army. And that's why he decided not to. I'm not quite sure. Hopefully we get some answers tomorrow when solo leveling drops. But that was very interesting, man, because like I seen the army come. I was like, oh, I said Jim Woo activate. I was like Jim Woo activate, you know.
Exactly.
Uh, but it didn't happen, man. So I was sitting there like, maybe he knows that those high orcs are a little too strong for his necromancy, but we'll see, man. I'm definitely gonna be eating my breakfast tomorrow or my lunch tomorrow watching it for sure. It's coming out tomorrow. I'm fucking watching it. Um, but what would you rate this episode, man? Like it wasn't the most action packed episode. But we did see some mages in there. We saw a tank in there. We saw, what's supposed to be a captain in there.
Yeah.
Um, what you get this episode, man? And then we also seen S ranker. Ally, she just smelled like some wild Irish, not wild Irish rose, but hey, what's that soap called? Irish Springs. Said Jim will smell like some
Yeah. Yeah.
Irish
Yeah.
Springs and shit.
Oh, did she say that? Oh, you say that?
Nah, she didn't say that. I'm just saying. So we saw that, man. So what you get this episode? What you gonna rank it?
Man, I'll give it a nine. I'll give it a nine because I also like that aspect too. Like so far that we've seen solo leveling, we haven't really seen like groups that are able to be capable in a dungeon. Like this is the first time we actually seen like a group of hunters get together. And granted, the odds were turned against them. Like they really didn't have a chance, but they held their own. They really did
No,
held their own.
no, wrong again, bruh. The
You don't
motherfuckers
think they held
about
their
to
own?
die, bro. They was about to die if Jim Woo didn't come in with the stealth, bro. They even said it. It was like, oh, it's too many of them, and like the B rankers were gonna die because the A rankers were at least equivalent to the high orcs, but the B rankers weren't. You know what I'm saying? And it was many of them that was surrounding them. And the captain even said he was like, "We're able to hold our own against one, but it's so many of them in the B ranks, they don't even stand a chance." And then it showed the B rank, and that's when old buddy had his arm cut off. Like
Yeah.
everybody was gonna die in the dungeon, bro, and that's why Jim Woo was like, "I guess I can't let everybody die in here." And so that's why he went in stealth mode.
Hey, I didn't
Again, we
say
just
every.
seen an unsuccessful raid or an unsuccessful dungeon, whatever you want to call a dungeon adventure with Jim Woo in there, and nobody had their shit together. I mean, obviously, this is the best group that he's been with, but
Yeah.
with that being said, they still took a big fat ass L in the beginning, and they could potentially have died unless it was Jim Woo's intervention, which he wasn't even a part of the adventurer team. He was part of the mining team, where he was just gonna
Yeah.
mine, metal and shit, right?
Yeah. I mean, I would, man. You got to give them some props, man. In the beginning, they were fine because you got to think. Remember, it was the I don't know what they call it, the Magic Hounds. It was the Magic Hounds that came up first. They took them out easy, but like from any other time we seen them go in dungeons, people were getting one hit, one offs. Especially like the dude that was working to be a captain. Like, granted, he was staggering, he had to, recollect himself after getting hit. But bro was throwing hits too. Like it took more than one. It's basically the most I'm getting at. Like they had some at least
I
some
give
good
you, I
armor.
give you, I give you that the best group. However, they were still going to die. So yes, the best group, but they were still gonna die, bro. Hey, and here's the thing, man. That's okay because this is like his official like. Besides the gates that he opens with his special keys and the red gates, this is like his official like first like A rank gate, right? That he's actually
Yeah.
in. So, but it just seems like trouble always finds Jin Woo. I'm not mad about it, but it's like, damn, dog. Trouble always
Ooh.
finds you, man. So,
I mean, it's a lot of stuff that can happen this episode, man. I am excited to see how this next episode plays out because I was just thinking, like, Hopefully it doesn't happen. But hey, it's a good potential. Everybody dies. Jinwoo, Ara- Jinwoo makes all of them part of the army. So now he has these new people part of his army. Or
Oh,
what if
the
his fucking
mages.
dad? What if his dad fucking shows up, bruh?
Hey, I hope his dad doesn't show up, and here's why. Um, because I want Don Juan to get revenge. I want him to get revenge on his dad, man. Like I feel like they tease Don Juan too much. Like I really want to see him in action. Like you got to give me like some Don Juan action.
No, we never gonna see what his power is gonna be. Every time we're gonna see him, it's gonna be a flash. He gonna be knocked out on the ground or up against a wall.
Bro, nah, man, because they built him up, right? They built him up this season to be like,
They did.
like the big bad, scary guy, the bully. You know what I mean? Like, he ain't necessarily the
Yeah,
bad guy, but he the bully. Like he was gonna take Jin Woo out, woo de woo, and then next thing you know, we see him. He he in the hospital bed, like damn it. So I'm
he was
like,
a
yo, you
mystical
gotta
monster.
right, like you gotta give me a fight sequence, man. Oh,
Uh,
you gotta give me a fight sequence with Don Juan, man. So I hopefully he gets revenge back on Junwoo's dad, and I can see that. But not even knowing Solo Leveling, but knowing anime, we probably won't see his dad again until like later on in the season, probably closer to the end, where he has an inkling of knowledge, knowing that his dad actually is alive. But I'm interested to see how this next episode is going to go. Where if it's going to be some type of negotiations, getting out of the dungeon, or if it's going to be some type of battle tournament going on. I don't know, man, because it was also interesting too because Jim Woo was like, his last cruise, they always been like more selfish, like, oh, I need to make sure I get out alive or whatever. And it was more like, yo, man, you just a minor dog. Hey, when we get in there, we see the boss, we gonna fight him. Hopefully that brings the shield down. You're able to get out to the gate, go get reinforcements. He's like, damn, all
yeah,
right, I hope it don't come to that. But I'm like, yo, he might walk in that he might walk in that motherfucker tomorrow, like, yo, arise, fucking Iron and Ifrit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Go get busy, and that's it. It's over. And he might tell them, "Hey, go get reinforcements. I'm in here. I hold it down. I'm an S rank."
Yeah, he definitely has more of an incentive to actually keep him safe just because of those reasons alone. Because again, yeah, that's a good valid point. He has not seen that yet from any other hunters besides, like the people that he came up with. But that was only on the second time that he met him, not the first. So
Right.
yeah, that's a valid point. He
So
has
he
more of
might
an
be a little
incentive
bit
to
more
actually keep him
kind
alive.
hearted. Yeah, he might be a
Yeah,
little bit more kind hearted than that. So yeah, man. Shout out Solo Leveling, man. Solo Leveling is
yeah,
doing it, man. I don't know. Hey, this is to our viewers out here. I don't know what y'all are normally watching in animes, but if you want good fight sequences, you want a good story. This is more like a RPG, based kind of anime. This is everything that you need in there. It's straight to the point. It gets real wild, real quick. Solo Leveling is like that. Go check it out.
this
I
is
highly
good.
recommend it. Highly recommend it. The first season had what 12 episodes in it. We're only in
Yep,
episode 5 of the second season. Highly recommend
yep,
it. It's not a long watch. You get into it. You get into the lore. You understand what's going on real quick. Shit goes south real quick, and you understand what's going on. So, shout
yep.
out Soul 11. You got any more comments before we move on to our next anime?
Yeah, man. Last thing I gotta say, man, I think this episode also plays heavy to what we was talking about on the episode with Nikki Nice, man. Like this plays heavy with like him losing his
Of
it
course,
does,
you
man.
bring
I'm
up
sorry.
Nikki Knight. Of course, you bring up Nikki
We
Knight.
talk we talked about it the most on that episode, man. Episode 11. But yeah, man, we brought it up the most. Like he was starting to lose his humility, especially after he had to kill Iron and all the other shit. Like he was
Oh
starting to
my
lose
god.
humility a little bit.
No,
Like
he
this kind
didn't.
of
Man. I told y'all he
bro, he
didn't.
did, man. He did, man. It played with his humility a little bit, man. I feel like this is gonna be like another one of those, like either it's gonna play in his favor with his humility or it's not. Like it's gonna be interesting. Like the next episode, just like any other fucking episode of fucking solo leveling, it's gonna be fucking amazing.
Um, bro, like so. Okay, all right, you have to admit, moving past that, what we've seen so far, he's had his humility, dog, this whole time. Like he so what I want to say is he's never been to the point where he's just like, you know what, fuck these humans. They don't deserve my power. They don't deserve me helping them out, right? And we just seen a perfect example of this the last episode because he was just like, you know what? I guess I can't let everybody die in here. And he went stuff mode and started helping them out. Like I haven't seen a drop off in humility at all.
Hey, bruh. Now, again, the manga's already past this. Again, respect the PI, pure ignorance. We ain't read fucking manga. But hey, yo, this will be fucking dope. So the orcs just brought them all in their fucking shit, right? There's obviously more orcs than there is them. So what if the king orc, whatever, he's like, all right, man, which one of y'all is the fucking strongest? Fight to the death. Or we gonna fucking kill you if you don't want to fight. That's gonna change Jinwoo's whole fucking shit because now he has to go back to fucking doing the one thing that he would not want to do, kill another human. And you know he's already looked at as one of the weakest, so more than likely more of them are gonna go for him than anybody else. Bruh, that will be fucking crazy. And then that would drop the story
Again,
back down to the darker arc.
again, bro. Again, that's just based off speculation. Oh, disclaimer: we do not watch the manga. However, this whole humility thing is all based off speculation. It has been no evidence in the anime whatsoever of him
Yes, it
losing his
is.
humility.
Yes, he
When's
is,
he
bro.
lose?
The same episode when he got iron, bro. After they got out the portal, after they got out the gate, he went back to his house. He was over
Yeah,
his fucking sink, washing his face. He's like, I had to do it again. He was talking about taking another human life, bro. He
yeah,
was
he did.
talking about taking another human life. That
Hey,
mentally
that's
fucked with him.
hey. I'm not saying it didn't mentally fuck with him because as it should, right? I'm glad they showing that component of it. What I'm saying is, it has. This isn't a building block of him losing his humility. That's what I'm saying because he just showed how much humility he had when he just helped this new team out, right? We're not seeing signs of Jim Woo just like being taken aback for humans. We're not seeing that. That's what I'm saying. When you say this will mess with his humility and shit, we have concrete evidence of things happening where Jim Woo's just like fuck that. He's a human. Like had that. We just see him. He already had taken out a human back in season one, where the dude tried to get him in the dungeon, right? Right? Fast forward to
Yeah.
season two. Fast forward to season two. They're in the red gate.
Actually, it was
They
more
in the
than that.
red
He had
gate.
took out like four. He took out like 4 or 5 people in season 1.
It just makes my point
Probably more
even
than that,
clearer, right?
honestly.
Hey, it just makes my point even clearer. Fast forward to that season two. What the elf said to Jim Wood? Hey man, just give us the humans and you can run free. What he do? He said, "Nah, we ain't having that. Let's go ahead and scrap." He got busy. What I'm saying is, y'all say that, but it's no concrete evidence of him having to struggle with that or him supporting that theory that you guys have actually in the anime. Like I get it. That's something that y'all want to happen, but it isn't happening just yet. It's
I
none of
wouldn't.
that.
I mean, that's crazy to
It's
say
not
there's no
happening,
evidence
bro.
though, bro. Like that's like honestly, legitimately,
Bro, if he was
that is survival. That's survival's remorse because his goal was to save everybody. He couldn't do that. He
right,
had to take somebody. Like this is not somebody that died from one of the elves in combat. This is somebody he had to take out himself when he could have been out with the rest of them. That's survivor's
bro.
remorse.
What I'm saying is, bro, if he had a humility problem, he would have a problem saving humans in dungeons, or he would have a problem with you know uh, stepping up when he needs to, so that everybody doesn't die. That's what I'm saying. If you show me evidence of that, and like you show me Jim Woo being selfish for his own greed, for his own accomplishments and stuff like that, then I'd be like, yeah, he's struggling with that. It has been no evidence of that
Honestly,
at all.
my
It's no evidence
yes,
of it.
no, yes. Honestly, in my rebuttal, I will say he was selfish with Kim, Hunter Kim, because he did not have to. In my personal opinion, he did not have to kill him to turn him into iron. And the reason why I say that is because, like I was saying, like I'm surprised they haven't pulled out his bag that he has poison. he showed that he can have poison immobilize somebody. So why wouldn't he just poison and immobilize Kim? He's out the fucking way. He could have threw him back there with the rest of the crew and handled the fucking ice elves the way he needed to do accordingly. But that's not what he thought at that time. He was like, "Hey, Hunter Kim's gonna be a problem. Let me take him out, and I guess let me try this out too. Arise, and now we got Iron.
Okay, bro.
But I,
Okay,
but
okay. Does he not? Does he not have? Does he not have enough humility to take out somebody who's actually coming for his life? I give you that one. You know what I'm saying? Hunter Kim was coming to take his life, bro, and so he had to be dealt with. That's pure point blank, and it was in the middle of a battle. He can't have that, bro. He knew he was going to do it. He can't have that. So what? That's it. Done deal. What I'm saying is, if it made him change into a different person, where he was just like, you know what, I'm in these dungeons. It's all about me. I don't care who's with me. I don't care about the lives who would. I'll be like, okay, wow, like he's actually changing. I don't think he's changing his humility. I don't think he's changing who he is as a person. His like his morals and goals. Um, and we already know what the ultimate goal is, right? And I don't
yeah,
think that a lot of people's going to keep him from getting there. So I don't think he's changing on that person up. But so we can move on. What you gonna give season 2, episode 5?
nine. You get a nine.
I give it a 9.5, man. It's almost there. It's almost there to a 10 if it was more, just a little bit more fighting. Like if they made it to the High Orcs King or whatever, and they had one more fighting sequence, it would have been a 10
I
for
mean, I,
sure.
I was kind of confused.
For
Yeah, I
me.
was kind of confused on the beginning of it because the beginning was like pretty much recycled footage because they showed like the last of the last episode. Like I was kind of scratching my
No,
head
no,
on
no,
that, but
no. No, it wasn't really recycled though, man. Like it showed like the beginning of the episode showed actually where old girl was there questioning him about being there inside um where the boss layer was. But moving
yeah,
along, this is another episode of Where's My Anime, episode 13 on your boy Jay Simon. This is my boy Dap. We've been on approximately almost an hour and a half already. We're live on X, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, anything you can think of. Um, we all have pages there as Where's My Anime. We talked about Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world, episode 4, One Punch Man, season 2, episode 2. Sakamoto Days, season 1, episode 4, Solo Leveling, season 2, episode 5. Unfortunately, we talked about Dragon Ball Daima, episode 17. And to end us off tonight, we'll be talking about Running Kitchen, Kyoto Disturbance, season 2, episode 17. Um,
I'll let you go ahead and lead it on,
you
man.
want me to lead it off? Shit, all right, I'll
Go
lead it off,
for it.
man. Honestly, I thought this episode was gonna be a little bit more action based, right? Like I thought Um, Kenshin finally mastered the hidden Mitsurugi. I thought it was gonna be more like, all right, I'm about to make it down this mountain and get busy, and it really wasn't about that. It was more or less about the uh the attacks that Shizui was gonna have on the in Kyoto, and then kind of unveiling his bigger plan of attacking Japan. So I mean, no hard feelings on this episode. I give it a solid 6 or 6.5. I really don't have too much to say, man, because I watched it and I was just like, man, I thought it was gonna be a little bit better. I thought it was actually gonna get to some more fighting, especially with the 10 swords and everything. I will say that the blind dude, he's gonna be a fucking problem, bro. Like he's really gonna be a problem, dog. And I don't know who he's gonna be a problem for. More or less, he's gonna be a problem for
Everybody.
Shisuke and his group, or for Roroni, right? Like I think he's gonna be more of a problem initially for the enemy than he will be for the good guys. So
Yeah.
he's gonna be a problem, man. But overall, man, I think it was a good episode. Um, I'm excited to see the rest of the season. But good shit, man. What do you think?
Yeah, man. Honestly, it's probably about the same, man. Like, honestly, I'm going to start off here first. But Sanosuke, man. I'm so tired of Sanosuke, man. I don't want to see none of these side characters in this fucking story.
Why?
Other
Because he
than
punched Baroni, bro. He hit Baroni with
that,
a.
that shit was
He like
so.
that, bro.
No, he's not. He's really not. The only one that's close to like that is Sato, and then you can give it Ayoshi. And then of course his master. Other than that, that's and Shishio. Other than that, that's about it, man. Like everybody else was ass, man. Like Snowskate, oh man, like Sato said to himself, he was like, "Oh, you want to come with us to bring him down?" Like, yeah, that's just I'm sitting in the back, I'm sitting there watching. People like, "Yeah, you gonna bring him down? Stay your ass back!" Like, be a squatter and fucking eat food at this fucking restaurant not paid until fucking Kenshi gets back, man. Like, stay the fuck
Yeah,
out the
he
way.
kept
Nobody.
he kept saying, "Hey," he kept saying, "Hey, you can go eat by yourself, bro. You good."
Yeah, yeah. Like, yeah, really, man. Yeah, it wasn't much. Like, we got no action out of it. I guess it was kind of dope to see. I can't remember like the business guy that Shishio has with him. Like, it was dope to
Yeah,
see him step up for the
yeah.
underlings. Like, hey, nah, every fucking guy we got count because you can't be fucking everywhere. So these guys can. Like, stop killing, stop killing our people.
Hey,
Like,
that's why I
it
said
was
that
dope
blind
and
dude's
funny
gonna
to
be a
watch.
fucking. That blind dude's gonna be a fucking problem, dog. He's gonna be a fucking problem.
He is. And I bet you the first big fight we get is gonna be him and all his henchmen, and he gonna do some fucking crazy ass move, but it's gonna kill all the henchmen.
All of them, all of them. One sweep.
Oh
Damn.
man. Like, and honestly, that makes it more interesting because, like, I don't know how that's gonna play out with like Kenshi. Ideally, Kenshi should be the one taking out the 10 swordsmen. She Sanosuke can't. Okay, I'm sorry. Sanosuke can't do it. I forgot old girl's name. Can't do it. I forgot the little boy name.
What
He
about the
definitely ain't
cop?
doing shit.
What about
Yes,
the cop?
Sato. I mean, Sato's all right, man. Like, sadly, I get like what's the dude off fucking Demon Slayers? The fucking lightning dude. What's his name?
Oh shit!
The one.
I know his name too. Yeah.
But yeah, I get the same shit. Like he like, I ain't gonna say he only mastered, but like he mostly mastered one technique. So this one technique is like his go to and like his strongest shit, and like everything else is like kind of on the side. But he does have the power to be able to go toe to toe with people. Like I don't have a whole bunch of expectations out
Yeah.
of him, but at least I know he can fight with Kenshi, unlike these other fuckers.
Yeah.
But. Mm, I really don't know what much y'all to really expect. And we didn't get that much out of this episode other than I thought we was gonna at least
No, we did.
I thought we was gonna at least get something out of Cho. Like I thought Cho was like good. He was gonna be walking around with Sanosuke and
Yeah, they
Sato
got his ass
doing
locked up.
something.
Like, nah, bro. Like, nah,
Yeah,
you still conspired against Japan, bro. Like, chill.
yeah. Because even when
Leave your
Shishio
ass
brought it, it's
locked
like yeah. It's like I got the 10 swordsmen. Well, I got the 9 swordsmen. Cho got captured.
back.
Like I thought they was gonna say something about it, like, "Hey, we got to off him or some shit." But we'll, we'll see how the next episode plays. I really didn't get much out of this episode.
All right, what you
Sadly,
rate this
sadly
episode,
more
man?
hatred. Damn, man, this
That was
really was
good.
a great area week, man. This was a great area week. I give it a
It was
5,
great.
man.
Hey, you give it a 5. Fuck
Yeah.
out of here, dog. You know I'm gonna give it a 6. I'm gonna give it a cool 6, man. Shout out Maroni Kitchen, man.
Shout
Shout
out
out
Ronnie
Maroni
Kids.
Kitchen, man.
Next episode should be good. It should. Hopefully somebody fucking knocks
Fatu
some sense
side.
into Ayoshi.
We'll see, man. Hey, but with that being said, appreciate everybody for watching. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. This has been another great episode. This is another episode of Where's My Anime, episode 13. We appreciate all the comments, all the likes, all the views. If in the future if you agree with me or disagree with my boy Dap, let us know in the comments. Let us know what you're thinking. If there's an anime that you would like for us to discuss, let us know. We'll discuss it. We'll put it in there. I will tell you this: upcoming, we have Invincible. I'm trying to get my boy Dap, trying to get him up on it. He hasn't watched Invincible. I want him to get up on it so we can cover the new episodes. If y'all think it's fire, drop a comment. Let me know how Invincible's going. But I know Amazon just released 3 new episodes on it, so we're gonna get into that. Hopefully, eventually, my co-host here, Dap, eventually watches it. But with that being said, man, you got any last words, Dap?
Uh, yeah. Of course I do, man. Yeah, man. Leave some comments in the videos. Let us know what y'all thinking. Especially if you got viewpoints on the episodes that we covered today. Maybe there'll be some
Oh, yeah,
good
for sure,
viewpoints that we'll be able to bring up in the future episodes. So we can be like, hey, you know, this commenter said this, and like that's a valid point. I didn't think that way or see the episode going like that. Like,
for
we'll
sure.
bring it up. We see y'all. We appreciate y'all for watching, liking, subscribing, whatever you do to get this far. We appreciate it.
Hey, we appreciate y'all a ton. Y'all don't even understand, man. We appreciate y'all for real.
Facts.
Hey, but with that being said, man, thanks for everybody coming through. We out.